43 years later, Irma Leslie can recite the note her daughters left before leaving the house one summer night.
It said, "Mom, we've gone to babysit in the same place." That's all it says.
That night, July 31st, 1974, was the last time family heard or saw Cindy and Jackie Leslie.
It's just like the ground opened up and swallowed them.
At the time, Cindy was 15 and Jackie was 13. They were the new kids in this East Mesa neighborhood. Their family moved here a few weeks earlier because their father, Jack, had terminal lung cancer, and they came from Page so he could be closer to doctors. Linda Herring, the girl's older sister, lived in Tucson then.
The girls liked to go bowling. They liked to do roller skating. You know, we were just really the normal American, family.
The night the girls disappeared, their parents had gone to church and left the girls at home with their grandmother. She says the phone rang and Cindy answered. The girls left the note and headed out the door. When they didn't come home the next morning, family called police. It wasn't until days later that Irma learned there was a party that night a few blocks away. Cindy and Jackie likely walked there along Baseline Road west toward Power Road. Some of the teens at the party said they saw the girls there. Others said they never saw them. Deputies then and now believe something criminal happened. They scoured the fields and orange groves that surrounded the neighborhood at the time, but they didn't find anything.
Seems like a million years ago, and it seems like sometimes that it isn't. So I keep looking, and Linda does too.
Irma now lives outside of Las Vegas so she can be closer to Linda. We went to her home to hear her story. Her heartache is clipped and framed. Her hope is hanging in the hallway and printed in the kitchen. A few years ago, she says a Maricopa County detective came and took DNA samples from her and Linda, but they haven't heard back.
I do believe they did as much as they possibly could.
But in 1974, Linda says her family felt alone. There was no Amber Alert system. The Center for Missing and Exploited Children wouldn't exist for 10 more years, and deputies wouldn't file a missing persons report for 48 hours. All Irma could do was wait by the phone.
I was sure that they would call me and tell me to come and get them. But it didn't happen. So it still hasn't happened. But I've covered a lot of territory looking for them.
As deputies ran out of leads, Irma took charge. She brought flyers to sheriff's departments in Arizona and Southern California, and desperate for answers, she visited a psychic in Los Angeles who told her at the time the girls were alive and near water. So she drove up the California coast searching for them. In the spring of 1975, Jack Leslie died, never knowing what happened to his daughters. But Irma has kept searching. A trucker outside of Flagstaff once told her he saw the girls in El Dorado, Kansas. Irma went, but found no sign of her girls.
I've been to several states, but all I've accomplished is to put flyers out.
Even now, those days replay in Linda's head.
Things are always coming up into your mind of, well, if this happened, maybe we can follow a lead this way.
But so far, every road is a dead end.
I guess that's what's hard. It is annoying.
There is no solace, no closure, and no end to the search for two sisters who vanished without a trace.